morning. So I saw a squirrel today eating on some of our little pumpkins that we still have set out. And they did this last year. But I combated it by spraying them with shellac. Or spray lacquer, I should say. And it held up for a while, but I mean, it's a pumpkin. Shellac's not meant to go on a pumpkin. So it wears off a little bit, and the squirrels are eating on the pumpkin now. But that reminds me of another little rodent, and I really don't know. I had an idea on how to start this video earlier, and so I'm completely changing it now because I forgot what that idea was. But I want to talk about closing your vents in your car on purpose, but I have no idea how I was going to segue into that. So anyway, you should always close the vents on your car when you're not using it. After you shut down the car, you should just turn off your air vents all the way. Just turn it completely down. Oh, that's what it was. Remote starters. That's what it was. Okay, so people with remote start, like the primary use for that is, in my opinion, the cold winter months, when you want to remote start your car so that it's warming up and is comfortable when you get into it. Not just the engine, but the cab as well. So my issue with that is I always turn my air or my vents off. Like, you have to knowingly prepare, like, oh yeah, this afternoon I'm going to remote start my car. I should set the air to what I want it to be when I start it, because that doesn't change. Remote starting your car does not adjust your climate within the car. So the squirrel stuff has absolutely nothing to do with this topic. It was just going to be a way of, never mind. But the reason for closing your vents, and I know this because my parents had it happen before, is when you leave them open, it makes your vehicle susceptible to bugs and rodents like mice getting into the car, or at least into the internal airways. And I know this happened because my parents' van a while back had this happen. They just, like most people, when you turn the car off, you just leave it off, and you don't close up the vents or turn the air off. And so what that does is it leaves all the vents open, and the mice actually took some of our dog food and crawled up inside. And so then when the air was turned on, you could hear the dog food rattling around in there, and it smelled in the van too. Like, it was dog food smell was coming through the vents inside. And so we learned after that that you should always close them or turn them off when you're not using the car. Like, obviously it shuts down when you turn the car off, like nothing is on, but they're still open. They're still in the last position they were, just like your windshield wipers. If your windshield wipers are in the middle of your windshield when you turn the car off, they're going to stay there. So you should always close them. So that kind of nullifies the need for remote start, other than it warms up the engine and makes your car run more efficiently. But really, your car only needs to run for like 10 to 15 seconds before it's ready to drive due to synthetic oils and whatnot now. So just be aware of that. Those of you with remote starters, kudos to you for like knowing what you want your car to feel like when you start it hours later after work. But you should definitely be closing and shutting off the vents each time that you use it. And that's what I mean by closing. I don't mean like actually closing the vents, like I know people like to leave it set up so that it's like blowing at them or in certain spots. I mean just turning the knob to off so that the internal inlets are off, are closed up, not the ones in your cab. Alright, see you this afternoon.